So we're up to Psalm 57. It's Sunday morning. I hope everyone had a peaceful Shabbat. Those of you who celebrate Shabbat, we're just so thrilled to share this with so many different people. People who are finding maybe some meaning in the Psalms. Whether it's your tradition or not, it means a lot to us to share this wisdom with you. And okay, so I may be stretching here a little bit, but this week is Hanukkah. And Hanukkah begins Thursday night. The 25th of Kislev, like the 25th of December. No accident there, probably the Hebrew month of Kislev. But we're back to the cave here. We are back to David in the cave.
In the cave,
right? That story that we've spoken about already, where David has been betrayed, and Saul and his armies are after David, and Saul goes to relieve himself in a cave, and it happens to be the cave where David is hiding. Yeah. Now Saul's people have been riling him up to kill David, and David's people have been riling him up to kill Saul, and here's his opportunity to kill Saul. But he doesn't. He sneaks and he cuts a little snip from his garment so that when he is captured...
That's the noise was there.
Right? Yeah. So when he's captured, he lets him know, hey, Saul, I could have killed you.
Yeah.
And it's David's love. It's David's trust. It's David's moral center that not only saves him, but saves the nation and saves Saul.
He's thinking
Gives Saul his soul back.
Beyond personal retribution.
That is so beautiful. So here's where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. So Hanukkah is so much about, I'll try to make this really quick. Hanukkah is of course about, light and the darkest time of the year. But it's also about a time when we had to decide how much Hellenism and how much Judaism, right? How much we were going to be influenced by the surrounding culture, the Hellenistic culture that had a lot to offer, and how much we were going to kind of continue with, Jewish notions. And the biggest difference, I think we see from Plato's cave. This is too much of a stretch. But the cave, in Plato, where Plato, teaches us that humankind are the observers of the story. It's the shadow. And we rejected that. I mean, that was the whole fight between the Maccabees and the Hellenists. Jews. The Jews that wanted to be Hellenized, and the Jews that did not want to be over-Hellenized. Of course, we took a lot from Hellenism. We took the language, synagogue is a Greek word. We took hermeneutic principles. We took a lot of things that were beautiful from Hellenism, but what we didn't take was the idea that we were not players, that we were not the writers of the story, that we were not co-creators with God in this story that is unfolding, that we are, that we have no power, that we are at the mercy of the gods, which was what the Greeks, took from Hellenism, right? Mercy of the gods. We are not at the mercy of God. Jews and David here shows us God is not some far-off thing on the mountaintop. Yes, God is in the heavens. But the most important thing is that God is right here. God is right here with us. Within us, the psalmist is teaching us, I believe, again and again, so that we can manifest God's presence right here among us by being channels for godliness, by doing God's work right here. Too much of a stretch?
No.
Were you distracted by the dogs?
I was trying to manage. We have an escapee here.
But she wants to go back in.
I should just come back again.
But if you close the thing,
okay.
She'll be fine. So anyway, that's my cave teaching for this morning in honor of Hanukkah. So we'll offer a Misha
Berach. You think I would
Berach.
contradict you? I would never do that.
No, well, but it's this give and take. I just couldn't help thinking about it last night as I couldn't sleep. That this cave, David may be in the cave, but he is not helpless, right? He is not helpless. He's He's part of something bigger than himself. And he's a player. He can change destiny with his acts. He changes destiny with that act of kindness, with that act of selflessness. He changes destiny. So that's why we pray. That's why we offer a Misha Berach, even knowing that sometimes, prayers don't heal. They don't heal the body. So
Your curses don't curse. Your blessings don't bless, and
your curses don't curse, right? Right. Because we're part of this. So for Sam, for Jack, for Corinne and her baby,
healing of the spirit, the healing of the body.
for all the people you hold in your
For
hearts,
those
for
we
the
know,
people with
for those we
COVID,
don't know.
for all the people who are struggling to breathe, for the people
On
who
my
are
right,
afraid,
the angel Michael.
for the
On my left,
disparities that are being
the
uncovered.
angel Gabriel in front of me. The angel
We need
Uriel behind me. The angel Raphael above my head. Above my head, above my head. Shechinatel. Michael, who is like God. Gabriel, God is my strength. Uriel, God is my light. Raphael, God is my healer. And above my head, above my head, above my head. Shechinatel. Take a moment now. Think about someone. Send a good vibration to someone you know need a healing. Healing of the spirit, healing of the body. Someone you know, someone you don't know. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei HaCholim. Blessed are you, great healer. Amen.
Amen. And now prayer for study, for learning. We always pray that our learning takes us to a holy place.
וערבנה אדוני אלוהינו את דברי תורתך בפינו. Make the words of your teaching pleasant on our lips. ובפי עמך בית ישראל. ונהיה אנחנו לצאצאי עמך בית ישראל. All of those who come into our circle can spend a time in learning for its pleasure and for its implications in the works of our hands. The works of our hands.
Right.
כולנו יודעי שמך ולומדי תורתך. ברוך אתה אדוני המלמד תורה לעמו ישראל. Blessed are you who teaches to your people in this fashion. Amen. Amen.
Amen. And, it's not just up to us either. Sometimes it's bigger than us, so we need to call out for God's help, which David does in this psalm as well. So it begins right to the one that grants victory. Please don't let destruction come. Even when I have fled from Saul and found myself in this cave, please, verse 2, endow my spirit. Fill my spirit, because in you my soul has put its trust. You know, there's this connection between soul and God, right? So I shall trustingly hide myself in the shadow of your wings. Oh, that's so beautiful. The shadow of your wings. Until that which is now being shaped shall have passed. Give me the strength, God, to hide in the shadow of your wings. We hear that in the prayer that we recite for the dead too, right? Until that which is now being shaped has passed. Give me the strength to know when to act and when to wait. Right? I think we're all praying for that right now. When do we stop? When do we go? Verse 3, so I will call upon you, God Most High, to the Almighty One, because I know that ultimately my destiny is in your hands. I'm not thinking that I have full control over my destiny. It is only with your help. It is with your moral center. It is the moral courage that you give me, that you are, that helps me, right, decree my fate and influence destiny. Verse 4. So God will come down from the heavens and save me. I'm not doing this alone. God, whom the one that strains after me blasphemes, right? The ones that don't get this, may talk about God, but they're not really talking about God, right? God will send forth God's mercy and God's faithfulness. So, there's people who talk God language. They don't really get it. They're so full of themselves, there really is no room for God. So 5, as for me, amidst the lions, I can lie down peacefully. Beside those who are aflame with rage, the sons of man whose teeth are spears and arrows. This Hirsch thinks is a reference to their words. In other words, you can use your words as spears and arrows, your teeth as spears and arrows to fan the flames of dissent.
Yeah,
we certainly see that.
Spit out nastiness.
Oh man, how has this pandemic will be remembered for how people can use words as weapons, exactly, instead of for healing. That is so important. The one whose tongue is a sharp sword. These Psalms have been so relevant for this time. Verse 6. Yet, even though you are high in the heavens, I feel you right here. Your glory is everywhere that we are. Your glory is everywhere that we let you be, God. Verse 7. Often have they prepared a net for my steps.
My soul.
Everybody's after me. This has bowed down my soul. Okay, it's taught me to be humble. Not everybody loves me, right? Some people are out to get me for sure. Often they have dug a pit before me, but they have fallen into it themselves.
Into the pit they dug. Hello.
Selah.
So it is.
Yep. Verse 8. My heart was made steadfast, God.
Nachon, Libi.
I'm not giving up here.
Elohim, Nachon,
I know my place. I've learned it. I've learned my lessons,
I'm gonna
my
sing.
God.
I'm going to make some
my
songs.
My heart was made steadfast, so that I will utter hymns, and I
lift up
sang songs in those days, and these songs are still carrying me, right? Verse 9. Awake! Awake, oh my honor, right? Awake, oh my insides, my moral center. Awake, my faith, my soul, my God place in me. Awake, oh psalter and harp. I will awaken the dawn with my song. Don't you love that? I will acknowledge you among the peoples. Yep. Adonai, right? Adonai. My God, I will sing praises unto you among the nations. I'm not forgetting the lessons that I've learned from you. I wonder if David's thinking about when he was a little boy and somehow he was able to overcome Goliath, and he knew, he was going, whoa, I did not do this myself. I better really respect, this help that I'm getting from God. Verse 11, that your mercy is great unto the heavens, your faithfulness unto the clouds. Your mercy is without limit. That tells us that mercy out there, chesed, love, mercy, compassion, it's limitless. Evil comes when we forget that, I think. And finally, verse 12. Right. Even though
Ruma.
You are high above the heavens.
Again.
Here we go again.
There's no higher, though.
Yeah,
Ruma al
you're
Shamayim.
infinite. You're infinitely out there. I get that. I am but a speck,
Yeah,
Your presence is infinite. The possibilities of love, of compassion, of mercy are infinite. But just as there's infinite outwardliness, so we learn from David, there's infinite inwardliness. And so it ends, the glory, the real glory that matters to us is right here, upon all the earth. Great psalm.
Psalm 57.
57.
I sing you among the nations.
Great title.
Thanks to Walt Whitman.
Mm-hmm.
Your leadership, don't make mess, to David, an elemental, as he fled from Saul in a cave. Be gracious to me, God, be gracious to me, my soul hidden in the shadow of your wings, till calamities pass. Mm-hmm. I will call to God the highest from within a cave to the heights. Save me from those save me from up in heavens, from those who trample me. So it is. My soul lies down among lions, sons of dip, 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 whose teeth are spears and arrows, whose tongues a sharp sword. Be high in the heavens, your glory on the earth. My soul bowed down, they dug a pit and fell into it. So it is. My heart sure, I sing songs, make hymns, be awake, O my honor, be awake, O oud, O harp. I will awaken the dawn, I lift you among the peoples, I sing you among the nations, your mercy to the heavens, to the clouds, high on heavens, your glory on all the earth. December 6th, 2020, Telim on the ceiling. Biddy-diddy. Biddy-diddy-diddy.
Psalm 57.
Biddy-diddy. Yidda-da-da-dee-da-dee, yidda.
So, hope you have a day of lift, a good day, a healthy day. On our website, I noticed today, we put out a wonderful flyer about all kinds of ways that we can help from our homes. Trinity Food Pantry needs some help. Gateway 180, the homeless shelter that we're in connection with, needs some help. So right here on Earth, even though we're in our caves, we can shift destiny, bring a little help to those who need a little bit of a hand up right now. And get ready for Hanukkah. I need to light those lights. So have a great day, a day of lift, and we will see you
Today's psalm brought to you by the letters Nun and Zion. Dee-dee-dee, dee-dee-dee, dee-dee-dee. Tomorrow brought to you by the letters Nun and Chet. Nach.
Nah, oh, that's good.
Relax.
Have a good day, a day of lift.